Great. Welcome, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Kazi Bhai. Welcome to our KindSoup Saturday. So nice to have you.
Wa alaikum assalam, dear sister. Thank you. I'm so excited to be with you all, and especially this blessed month of Ramadan.
Yes.
Kindness is the way to win the heart and minds of people around us. So it's a great initiative by Kind Works.
Thank you.
I'm
You look
excited.
great in our Kind Works apron. Really suits you.
Yeah. So you see that it's been, I think, 3-4 years ago.
Yes.
This is dear to me because it's Kind Works and it's dear to my heart.
Oh.
So I didn't, I keep it nice and clean and have it with me. Then now you guys can tell what it means to me, Kind Works.
Thank you. That means a lot to us to hear that. So before we get started, Kazi Bhai, I'm just going to introduce this project for anyone who may be new on the call. Very briefly, I think many of you have been with us before, but this is our KindSoup for the Soul project, which means that we make a big pot of soup every Saturday, and we serve our families and we serve those in need. So we have shared, I think, over 3,000 or 4,000 quarts of soup so far with people in need at food banks and at shelters, with our neighbors, with people suffering from COVID. We have made so many different kinds of soups over the last 6 months. It's been an amazing experience, both to cook together in our respective kitchens, but connected via Zoom, and to share with so many people. It's brought a lot of comfort and a lot of smiles to many people's faces. So it's wonderful to have you with us as part of our Ramadan edition of KindSoup. And some of you may not know Kazi Bhai, so I'll just introduce him to you briefly. And in our conversation, you'll get to learn more about him. Kazi Bhai owns a restaurant called Sakina Halal Grill in downtown Washington, D.C. And what makes this restaurant amazing, in addition to the great food, is the fact that he welcomes everyone for a meal, whether you can afford to pay for it or not. And he treats everyone with dignity and respect and graciousness and hospitality. And there are many men and women who are homeless in and around the restaurant, and they are welcomed. They're greeted, they're seated, they're given a menu, they are asked what they'd like to eat, and they are served with respect, as they should be. And that really, it's so powerful and so meaningful and so beautiful, mashallah, really. And I'd love for you to talk more about it as we continue our soup making. But with that brief introduction, we'll just first start, Kazi Bhai, if you can tell us what we should be doing right now. I think some of us may have started making our chicken broth, others may be just starting. So if you could let us know what should be in our pot right now with the chicken and the water.
All right. Happy Ramadan, everyone, and good afternoon from Virginia, here in my kitchen, Sakina Halal Grill. Today, we're going to make a hot and sour chicken soup, and much of the stuff I share all this recipe already is and Selma's sister, she put it on the website. So I prepare some of the stuff that already is ready, and I'm going to introduce the ingredient, what I'm going to use for this. So right here, I chop onion, small pieces, 3 pieces of garlic, and bay leaf, and chop carrot, chop green onion.
Okay.
So this is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take 1 liter of water. I'm going to turn my stove on. Guess right here. Okay.
So just to interrupt you for one second, Kazi Bhai. So friends, on our website, we actually tripled this recipe. So those of us who are cooking to also make extra to to serve, to give away. Whatever Kazi Bhai just showed us, I think that should be tripled for us.
Yes, because I'm actually making for two.
Okay.
So this recipe for me is for two, and you can add up how much you want. I've already exactly. I send you the information that how much is needed for two, how much is needed for four, and then you can multiply and make how much you want it to make.
Okay.
So we'll go back. So first thing you need 1 liter of water. For me is 2, and then if you need for 4, then you will need 2 liter, and it's go on, right? So I'm going to add 1 liter of water.
And is this for the broth that you're doing this?
This is first we're going to make a stock.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Okay, right here.
One dot. Yes, one dot. Yes.
Okay, this is the temperature set. I don't use this stove much. I use my commercial kitchen, but I am today using my wife, Dr. Salma kitchen. So I'm getting some instruction while I'm I'm doing this. So the stock that I was saying, the 30 minutes that we're going to cook this stuff that I introduced before, like this stuff, I'm going to add into 1 liter of water. And then we're going to add the chicken. I have, I'm going to add this chicken. And we're going to actually leave it this for at least 30 minutes. I'm going to cover it. While this is cooking, we can talk about the rest of the ingredients. We'll go with you while we're making this. It's going to take about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it's going to be a really delicious. I promise when you will have it with your family, you will enjoy this evening having a great hot and sour chicken soup.
Kazi, the chicken that you made, that you put into the broth, is that the bone-in?
Yes, it's whole chicken. Yes, bone-in. You can use. Actually, the bones give a good flavor for the soup, so it's better to use. You can use if you want, just a boneless chicken. But as really, I recommend what we have is a whole chicken.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Is the garlic chopped?
This garlic won't chop because this is going to be. It's like
The flavor.
everything that it's just the flavor for the flavor. Yeah. The other stuff that I already chopped is I chopped cabbage. Again, I chopped pieces of carrot. And then I have 1 spoon of sugar for 2. And half spoon of salt, Himalayan salt. And you have less than 1 spoon of black pepper.
Okay.
Then we have, this is like a corn powder that we're going to use at the end to thicken the soup. Okay. And then we have, this is going to be like, for me, egg white. Like 1 egg is enough for 2. So, and this is like a chicken powder, which is a chicken flavor powder. And I actually put a little bit of water, and I made it look like this. We're going to add later on. And then you will add white vinegar. Then you will add soya sauce. And then you're going to have chili sauce, hot chili sauce. So these are stuff we're going to be adding up at kind of at the end when this is ready.
Okay.
It's going to take about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, Salma sister, we can talk why it's so important today that we are here
Sure.
to not just to making a soup. Like I listened to some of your video and stuff, like the kindness is a win-win-win.
That's right.
You know, and remember I used to tell you that I start teaching different kids in different schools about 30 days of kindness. I shared that story with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if we make this habit, the kindness become a habit, a person is become example. My dear sister Salma become example in the society, and around her all of the amazing people that are a team of kind words. Now their recognition is because they become exemplary. Their recognition is kind works. That's their recognition. That's their signature.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe strongly in this. God wants us to unite. That God wants us to live with harmony, peace, and peace comes from inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's not artificial from outside that you can put a label or say peace. It's not going to come. Peace is inside. When
Right.
you are peaceful, your house is peaceful. Your neighbors, you're going to act with your neighbor peacefully, and that goes on become community, and becomes a country, becomes a word, and we are a part of that word, and we have to share our part. And I think that this initiative that my dear sister is taking is really a wonderful thing to do. This is the only way we can win. And she said, win, win, win. 3 times. I listened to that video.
Yeah.
And by the way, she has an amazing book that I was reading. It's just like, it's great. It's everything that she's sharing is stories, inspirations, our little stories that in our house, how we act with kindness and win everything that we want in our life. And you can elevate your rank
Uh-huh.
in this word by doing kindness.
Kazi, how did you come up with this life philosophy of kindness? Where did the inspiration come from?
My inspiration came from my own mother.
Yes.
I really didn't understand. When you are a child, you don't understand this philosophy of giving, of being caring, being acting like a kind person. You don't understand. Sometimes as a kid, you think your parents are so weak. Someone bark at them and they just like send us smiles, and maybe they didn't act the way the other person being rude acting. We were thinking maybe they are like coward, or maybe they're weak.
Uh-huh.
But their greatest strength was kindness, and that's how I learned from my mother.
Uh-huh.
She was we were growing up, we're 10 sibling. Even the school I went, there was not even a building. I went to school where there was a big tree under the tree. There's no running water, there's no electricity. But in this environment, I saw her, my role model, that I today, whatever is inside of me is coming from her. She used to cook a big pot of some vegetables that she will bring from the field free, and then she will cook. She didn't cook for her children only. She will cook a big meal, and I didn't understand. She's cooking, taking a long time, and then she said, "Go to this neighbor," and she will name her. Go to Zakia, go to this person, and I used to get angry about this. because I didn't understand her philosophy. And when she died, there was the whole village mourned her death, not by her children, not her own family or sibling. Her death was mourned by whole village because she impacted with kindness.
Yes.
And I still goes back home, and people, the older lady that, you know, they had interaction with my mom. They will always talk about her generosity, about kindness, about how she used to treat us, when used to go, how that mean is that the power of kindness stays long time after even you leave this earth. You are creating a legacy, like my dear sister Salma is creating a legacy for her family, for her children, that's going to last forever. People remember her because of her action. That is a kindness. She shares everything what is in her heart. So it's amazing, and especially this is the month. In the meantime, I'm gonna stir it one time. So
Well,
it's coming up good.
your mom's
Yes.
legacy is something that you are carrying forward so beautifully. She would be so proud of you and all that you're doing. And you named your restaurant after her, Sakina, which is the most beautiful thing, and practicing her all the values that she taught you. And since we're talking about moms, you've met mine, and here she is.
Hi.
On the eve
How
of
are-
Mother's Day, as we celebrate and talk about our moms. So Ammi's visiting from New Jersey.
Oh, I'm so blessed to be with you here through Zoom. You know, I pray to God that God raise this COVID-19 from this earth, so our next cooking session will be not on Zoom like we did it before with your daughters, that we were together, we cooked, when we talk, we share story at the restaurant. It's amazing.
Yes, and we were at the restaurant with mom. You remember? In fact,
Yeah.
it was Ramadan. I remember it was for iftar that we
Yes.
were there
Yes.
2 years ago.
I
And
hope. Yes.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. How's you doing, Mom? I'm glad to see you here, and you are amazing, a woman who produces one of greatest human being.
Oh,
Your
brother.
daughter Salma,
Oh, brother.
who is teaching us and taking us to elevate our life in this world.
That's very nice of you. Very, very nice. Yeah.
Kazi bhai, thank you. Yesterday I was invited by our ambassador, the Pakistani ambassador, to present my book to him. And,
Okay, great.
And I talked about you, Kazi bhai, and because I was telling him to join our Zoom today, and in fact he loved the idea of KindSoup and Kind Works, and they're thinking of organizing something through the embassy as well.
Oh, great.
But I told him the wisdom that's in my book that you shared about your mom, the story that you just shared. And in fact, I asked him for a wisdom from an elder from him. So he shared that. I'm going to be writing about that soon. A beautiful story. It's a wonderful way to connect through our stories, through our
story. Yes. And the food is the best way to connect. You know, every human being on this earth need a food. So I am so blessed that I have a restaurant and I connect with people from all over the world. I can't even imagine how quickly my life turned so much better just by sharing my heart and my meal with my fellow human who fall and I come and pick up and say, don't worry about it. Come and eat with me. Don't worry about money. And people love this idea. And it's went 150 million viewers worldwide. And it's just amazing. The impact that is just a small act of kindness. And if we become habitual, if our life, if we teach our kid, that's why I started a 30 days of kindness. I was in Pakistan now I met with Governor of Punjab, and I shared this, and he said, this should be in our school. This should, like, every level that you talk about this, like about the kindness, because this is the only way we can bring humanity back. We can have a normal life where people not kill each other for $20.
Right.
Because if your heart is aligned with this philosophy, you care about even a small ant. Not human life is very, very, very valuable, but even you care about a little ant. You don't even want to kill a bee because you become a habit. This is your habit now. Your life is this.
Excuse me, can I ask a soup question, please? Because it's not clear.
Yes.
So after the chicken is cooked, I've taken the chicken out of the pot because I'm going to shred it. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But when I'm draining my soup, am I going to throw out all the rest of the ingredients?
The rest of the ingredient we won't use. Only thing we will use that the kind of the water, which is now become like a soup, because all the juice from chicken, all the juice from carrots, from onions and clove, for the garlic and everything, bay leaf, now it becomes like kind of soup. So we're not going to use the other vegetables, but we're going to use chicken, and we have the rest of the vegetables that I have and other ingredient that we're going to add that into this soup.
Okay, so I do throw it all out. I just wanted to make sure that I threw everything out except for the chicken and the stock, and then I'll use that stock with the second set of ingredients. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I will, later on, I'm going to actually use those vegetables for me, and maybe a piece of salmon fish for my fasting at the end of my fasting. So I will use it for another purpose, but not for this soup. I won't just throw it. I will just eat it later.
We did have a hand up in the chat a while ago.
Yes.
Sorry, it took a while to get to you, and I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Olede. Did you still have a question?
Oh, yes, I was wondering about I was thinking I could ask it later because it's towards the end where we're going to add the egg whites, and whether does it still make the soup freeze okay if you add the egg?
Yeah, it's going to actually, when I will add this egg white, it kind of gives a little chunk of egg white that what you want to see in your soup, and gives a little different flavor. So it's very important ingredient.
So Kazi Bhai, we actually freeze our soup in order to take it to the different food banks and places we drop it off.
It's going to be fine. Yeah, it's going to be fine.
Okay.
And when they're going to use it?
When are they going to use it?
Yeah, after how long?
I mean, within a couple of days, but they keep it frozen until they're ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah.
And we also had a request for you, Kazi, to show the chicken flavor powder. Did you?
Okay. I can share. I can share.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to share it now. This is the chicken powder.
Got it.
Okay.
Is
Yeah, and it's good. Yeah, and it's give good flavor. You can
it's like a bouillon, right? A chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a powder.
And may I double check on the quantity of cornstarch? It says 12 to 15 tablespoons.
It's for I use for me I use only like 2 for me.
That seems like a lot. So I'm using this.
That's what I'm saying. So while you're cooking, you're going to be stirring, and you see if this is too much or too less, because you don't want to be taking too much
I don't want it too thick, right?
Thick, yeah. So you can use it how much you want it really.
Is corn
Thank you.
flour the same as cornstarch?
Yeah, cornstarch. That's the same.
I have a question too. Do we slice up all the ginger at this point or shred it? I was confusing in the directions. Slice it
Okay.
and
Yeah,
also,
yeah, slice it, the ginger.
okay. And we put
Slice
it
it
in
the
now
garlic.
with the stock, right?
Yeah, with the stock, yes.
And
It's
also
cooking
the
right now.
green onions, do they go with a later
With the
stage?
stock.
Or do
No,
they
it
go in
goes
the
with the
stock?
stock. It goes
Okay,
to the
good.
stock.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bay leaves goes in there, black pepper goes in there, garlic. For two, I use 3 clove of garlic. That goes in there. So now it's cooking, and we have a little more time left. And
Kazi?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I wanted to ask a question about the other onions. You had green onions and regular onions in the recipe list, but it did not
Yes.
say what to do with the regular onions. Are they supposed to be in this pot?
Yeah, it's already in this pot. That's why when I remember, maybe I
Yeah,
did
you
it
shared
too
the little
quickly.
plate.
Maybe I shared the little plate. Maybe I did it too quickly. I will go over, just thinking that this plate has red onion, green onion, ginger, garlic, carrot, these chicken, bay leaf, black
Okay.
pepper.
And the onion is chopped up or just like, I just cut it in
Chopped
quarters?
up. Yeah,
It doesn't need
chopped
to
up.
be, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to chop it up so small because you're gonna strain it anyway. It's not gonna go, but just want to
Right.
get the flavor. Main
Okay,
thing
and
is
what,
that you wanted to get a flavor. Doesn't matter if this is too big or too small. Because it's gonna 30
Okay.
minutes, it will extract all the flavor.
once the soup pot comes to a boil, should you lower it to low or should we keep it rolling at a boil?
Rolling a boil.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Because in 30 minutes, at least you want this chicken to become tender. So it will become tender and
And jumping ahead to the egg whites, which I have separated, I used the occasion to make some homemade mayonnaise with the egg yolks.
oh, okay.
Quite lovely. So if
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are wondering what to do with
Yeah,
their egg yolks, they can
yeah,
indulge
they can use.
themselves.
Yeah, definitely great idea.
Are
Thank
we
you for
just using,
sharing.
like, it said 6 quarts of water for making the stock?
For how many people you are?
I don't know, but I'm just adding some more water to cover all the vegetables.
Okay,
That's,
I think that's fine. Just longer, they don't become, you want a soup like not too thick, not too watery, and you want the flavor. So for me, I'm making for 2, and this is coming really good. I can smell it. I can see the aroma. I can check the chicken is become almost tender. I think I'll give about more, right, like 5 more minutes. So I think my stock will be ready, and I'm gonna put in this strainer and separate, and then I'll shred the chicken. How's everybody doing? Is everybody understanding? Is any question for me?
Doing good, doing good.
Okay, great. That's great. Great.
How are things at the restaurant, Kazi Bhai? Is your restaurant open?
Restaurant is open. Yes. Today first day we are having a iftar dinner buffet because a lot of people were asking and we were not allowed. My first the DC government started like, oh, you can start the buffet back. So we're very excited to serve the great delicious buffet that we used to serve. So this after 1 year, more than a year, we were really excited to get back things. So I'm glad.
That's great. So dining inside is okay?
No, dining inside is okay. A lot of people have vaccine, and we also have patio outside, so people are now getting a really nice weather, so people prefer to sit outside. So we have about 20 seating outside. So we're not super busy, but we're alhamdulillah getting better.
Good. And our the brothers and sisters that you serve who are in need, are they coming back to the restaurant? Are they?
Yeah, I am so blessed. I was praying because this pandemic caused so much chaos, not in just in our life, but with the people who don't have anything, right? So our restaurant was closed for 4 months. Brother and sister who used to come, they used to come and knock the door and see the door is closed, and they didn't know if we are going to come back or not. So when we reopened, a lot of people, they thought like we were closed forever. So some of the people who came back, and I told them, I say, please share the news that we are back and we're going to serve the same way we used to serve. So we start getting some people back. It's not like used to, like we used to serve 70 to 80 people a day, but now it's not like that.
How many, Kazi bhai? How many?
70 to 80 before the pandemic hit.
Wow.
It was in 2019 was the peak year for business, peak year for serving free meal. It was a great year for us. So now, across the street there was a hostel, and that hostel they turned into a women's shelter, because I was at the restaurant and I saw many women coming to pick up free meal, and I just thinking like, what's going on? Where are they coming from? And then I questioned one of the lady. I say, where are you guys coming? Because I didn't see you guys from last 4 year, 3 year, because many of the people that I recognize them personally, I know them. And she say, well, our shelter got burned down, and they move us across the street right here at the hostel. And this is now we have about 80 women at this shelter, and which is literally across the street from our restaurant. So it was great news for me that now I'll be able to serve those people that are really dear to my heart, and then they are very close to my restaurant. So I think it was Allah's plan, and I'm so grateful for that Allah is providing me the opportunity to share my kindness.
That's wonderful.
Okay. I think this soup is what I'm going to do. I have this garlic. I'm going to crush it a little bit, so I'll get some more of the flavor. You can do the same if you would like. Like I will just use this wooden spoon to crush a little bit carrot and onion and garlic, because now they're really tender. So after that, it's okay. The next step we're going now for me is I'm going to turn off this stove, and I will take this.
Kazi bhai, let's see it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just picking up
Okay.
my sprayer. So I'm not going to do it without people seeing it. So I'm going to put this right here. Is everybody can see it?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to Okay, like this. Now I'm gonna shred the chicken. Only I need the chicken.
Okay,
So I'm going to, can everybody see it?
yep,
Okay, so I'm gonna take this chicken and shred it in pieces.
okay,
The juice that I took it out is in this pot now.
yes.
Okay, so everybody clear? Okay, let me. Shredded chicken.
Oh gosh, Mom, help.
Quick question. So there
Yes.
was this other chicken that wasn't the boneless one. We haven't cooked that yet, right? Or did we cook it
Yeah,
along
actually,
with
the chicken is supposed to go together. Either
Together,
is a whole chicken, a boneless chicken, together.
Got it.
Yes. So. So I'm going to turn this stove on, and if someone want to add a little more water, as I see, I'm going to add for 250 ml more. As I see, it's not going to be enough for two, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. So I'm going to shred the chicken now.
Okay.
You can do it by hand like this, and I'll show you. Easy.
Just for the, so we know for the future, had you mixed the chicken bouillon in water, or are you going to just add it to the stock?
The water?
The chicken powder, did you mix it in water ahead of time? Or are
Water.
you?
I had it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already ready now. I made it ahead of time. I made the corn start also ahead of time. See, like this is coming, even though we gotta make a little bit smaller.
Okay,
Everybody can see it, right?
yes, we can see it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now we're going to separate the bones, keep it separate, and just the meat. I'm excited that this soup, I hope everybody at home, they can share with their family too, you know. This is really simple and great recipe. It's taking a little bit longer. But if you are doing it at home, it won't take you long really.
Kazi, do you think it'll work with using chicken stock or ready-made chicken stock, or it won't taste the same?
It will taste the same. Like if you prepare, you know, stock ready and just throw it in the water. It just has to be right amount of everything that, you know, the recipe I already shared. The quantity and how you make it. You have to have a passion. You have to have a love for cooking,
Yes.
and you put your heart in. So when you're using your hand, it just gives all the flavors, and it becomes so delicious.
Kazi, did you learn how to cook from your mom?
Actually, I wish. My mom passed away very early age. She was 45.
Right.
And I was too young in that time learning. But you know, the most important thing that was supposed to learn, that was it was given to me by her was the kindness and love and sharing. This always, when I moved here in the United States, you know, I live with a roommate, and I had one of roommate. He was a great cook, and first day when was my turn to cook, I really didn't know how to cook, and they were making fun of me. They say, "Okay, you're gonna do all the time cleaning the house, so you're not gonna cook because you are horrible cooking." So I say I need to learn. So I started paying attention, and I learned at the second turn that after 1 week, because we were 7 guys, and my turn came, and I was ready to jump into. I said, no, I'm not just going to only clean the house. I want to cook too. So thanks, God, and the friend that he was willing to teach me, and I learned from him, and it was great. After 1 month, 2 months, I started making good food,
This
and
was
then
a Pakistani roommate?
Pakistani roommate. We were all Pakistani roommate, and later on in my life, I was in a different business, not in the food business, and I decided, so I'm going to now, while we're talking, sharing my story, my life. So now you can see the chicken. I shredded it. It really looked good.
Yep.
I'm going to actually add it right now. I had this chicken a little bit too much, so I will not add it everything.
Okay.
So I'm going to add the chopped cabbage now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can I ask a quick question? Did you
Yes.
already add your cornstarch, or is that going in?
No,
after-
we're going to be adding in.
At
We're
the
going
end?
to add now. Yes, now we're going to add on thing is that cabbage, carrots, okay, together, stir it. I'm going to add sugar, Himalayan salt, black pepper, together, gone inside. And I'm going to add now the chicken powder. This will give a great flavor. It's about
So
little
I'm
bit
sorry,
more-
I do
little
have a question again about the chicken powder, because are you making like a full cup of it, or how are you mixing
No,
your
I
chicken?
but for the two, I take 1 spoon of powder, mix with water, maybe put a 2 spoon, a 3 spoon of water,
Okay,
mix it,
just a
and
little
leave
bit
it.
then, not like a
Yes.
whole cup. Okay, thank you.
No, just a little bit. And now I'm going to add egg white. And while you are adding egg white, it's very important you still really stir it well, because otherwise it's not gonna go into all soup, right? So you wanted to quickly start working on it, your soup, because you want to. And I'm going to turn the heat a little bit to probably 6.5.
You're turning the heat down?
Yeah, turning a little bit heat down now, because it was on a boiling. So I'm going to use vinegar, 1 spoon. So 1 spoon vinegar, and I'm going to use 1 spoon soy sauce and 1 spoon chili sauce. And now is this.
Excuse
So I
me, is it
stir it well.
chili sauce or it's chili oil?
No, it's a chili sauce. Hot sauce, like you can get it from any store.
Oh,
See
okay.
this one? Yeah, I use this. Vinegar, soy sauce, chili sauce is already in there. And now is only thing is left is cornstarch. I'm going to add it now. I'm going to add it by how much I need it to make it thicker. I don't want to add too much. And I'm going to continue to stir it. Let's see. I think for me, that's good enough. Okay. Oh my God, it looks delicious.
Does it matter what vinegar? Can you use like a cider vinegar or just stay with a white vinegar?
White vinegar is a right recipe for this. If you use it, other one is not going to be too much different. But for me, I use white vinegar. For just now, as the soup is ready, but just taking only 2 minutes, because if we cook it too much, it will become too
Can
thick.
we get a sense of how thick it is? Is
Yeah,
it
now
possible
I'm
to
going
show
to
us
take the
that?
camera. Yeah, I'm going to taking the camera. I'm going to see. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so this is now how it's going to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn it off now because the soup is ready. This is good enough for 2 delicious soup. I'm going to actually put it in my wife actually loved this colorful bowl, and she always uses these for soup, so you can use it any part you like, but I'm going to pour it into
Oh, that looks great.
thank you everyone for being here, for being patient with me and listening my story.
Kazi, a question in the chat. Do you remember what was that first meal that you made for your 7 roommates when it was your turn to cook?
I made the dal tadka, which is a lentil, yellow lentil.
Yes.
Yeah, yellow lentil. I made that. That was my first learning. And after that, I think was the next thing was I made a chicken plow. It's easy. Chicken biryani is a little more complicated than chicken plow.
Yes.
So I made that chicken plow. It didn't come out the way they wanted, but I was proud of myself, like, oh my God, I can cook. So it was good for me, but it wasn't good enough for them. And over the years, it's been a long time now. So I at the restaurant, I get a chance to cook. I love cooking, and I love sharing cooking. Being in the public is something is in my heart. So I'm blessed that you all here today join us by Zoom, learning the KindSoup, I will say, hot and sour KindSoup, where you're going to share it. And don't forget to wear your KindWorks apron and never throw it away, because if this is part of you, it should stay with your life. And I am, again, thank you so much, Salma's sister, giving me the opportunity to be with you guys this blessed month of Ramadan and sharing month, and especially this evening. All you may bless and stay in your kitchen. May Allah bless your kitchen. And for the people who are fasting, advance happy Eid to all of you. And happy Mother's Day is coming. All of you mothers, great mothers, thank you.
So much.
And may this blessed Mother's Day become a wonderful joy for your family. Thank you again.
Inshallah. Thank you, Kazi.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to have you. You are an inspiration to all of us. Your story is an inspiration, and I'm so glad, we're so glad that you are a kind worker. You've been such a huge support for us and such a good friend. And we look forward to cooking together again, inshallah, in your kitchen next time. And to certainly coming and supporting Sakina Halal Grill. What's the address? Let everybody know.
So I'm located at 1108 K Street, Northwest Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and there's wonderful outdoor seating and the food is delicious. So you'll see many of us there. Any
Thank
last
you.
questions, friends, on the call?
I just want to say I just tasted the soup, Kazi. It is wonderful. So thank you for sharing the recipe and for sharing your love this evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you guys.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Kazi.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Happy evening.
Happy Eid.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Mubarak, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Can you put the name of the restaurant and maybe the address in the chat? I can't write anything down right now.
I had put the website in a little